You're listening to Soulful High Performance with Dr. Rosie Mead. This is the place to be if you want to discover how to level up and achieve lasting success on your terms without the stress. I'm determined to share with you the tools, habits and mindset that you need to take your life to the next level so that you too can become a soulful high performer.
Hi and welcome to the show. It's Dr. Rosie Mead, high performance coach and mentor for your mind. In today's episode, I want to talk about the kind of ebb and flow and the nature of going with the seasons. So as you might be able to hear, I'm out on a walk at the moment, surrounded by the beautiful Dorset countryside. It's absolutely stunning today. It's bright sunshine, lots of birds are out singing. It's just a perfect day. And I wanted to touch upon how we often feel so much different when the sun is shining. And I wanted to take us back to a conversation I had a few years ago, where someone was saying to me, are you a summer person, are you a winter person? And my answer at the time was like, oh God, I hate the summer. I'm Irish skinned. So putting on sun cream and all of that is a faff. And I felt that I was much more of a winter person. So I love kind of cozy days. I like rainy days. Morning. And I kind of like that, like coziness, cold. I love to be kind of wrapped up in blankets. So in my mind, it was very black and white. You're either a summer person or a winter person. And this person had posed a question as well. So I kind of boxed myself into, I'm a winter girl. And then someone else in the group answered that, well, I'm not really anything. I just tend to go with the seasons. And at the time I thought, oh, that's a bit of a floaty answer. And that was probably a couple of years ago, but it's actually really stuck with me. And I've been thinking about it more recently, this kind of ebb and flow, which I've spoken about time and time again. But thinking about it in particular with the seasons as well. And this notion of not being black or white, being one or the other, being incredibly happy and feeling free when the sun's out, and then feeling really miserable and down when the rain's there because it's stopping your plans or whatever it is. But actually having this mindset, and it does come down to a mindset of feeling able to go with the flow. So this is something that I've kind of been thinking about more and more over the weekend. So we had a lovely weekend. We had friends over. Yesterday we sat in the garden. The day before we went and did the park run and a plog. So we did like litter picking and a little bit of jogging, and that was lovely. And it felt at the time very much a seasonal thing. So we do these things because the sun's out. And we kept saying yesterday how nice it was that the sun was out and how happy it makes us feel. But actually digging a bit deeper, I started to think about, what is it when the sun comes out? What do we change? Because it's not just that we continue doing our normal day-to-day activities and the sun happens to be there. We actually shift what we do. So we spend more time probably out in nature. We might spend more time with friends or family or neighbours who we don't normally make time to go and see. But the moment the sun comes out, the barbecue's on, the Pims is out, we're sat out in the garden, we're having these conversations, we're noticing the birds, which means that we're noticing nature so much more. And we, comment on the beautiful flowers. We don't tend to comment throughout the rest of the year about the changing seasons and the changing landscapes. And it kind of struck me about this, that we're almost waiting for that day where the sun's out but it's not too hot, because as British we will be likely to complain that it's too hot if it's out for too long. It's got to be like the perfect temperature, maybe a slight breeze but not too breezy, because that's also frustrating. And it's all these things, and we kind of wait for this perfect moment. Now, can you relate that to your life? Do you ever feel that you're waiting for this perfect opportunity to take action? whatever that looks like to you, whether that's, and we have a range of listeners and I have a range of clients under the high performance banner, whether you're looking to level up in your business or your career, or your sports performance, whatever it is, are you kind of holding yourself back because you're waiting for this absolutely perfect opportune time, which in all reality is never going to happen? Because if we think like that, we're always going to find flaws, we're always going to find holes where it's not quite the perfect environment, it's not quite as we'd imagined, and therefore we're not going to jump and take action. We're going to just hold ourselves back. It's a form of protection. It's a very natural reaction as well, is that if we don't take action, there's no chance of failure. If we do take action, there's a very big risk, or we tell ourselves that there's a risk that we might fail, and therefore we'll feel unsecure, maybe unstable, not enough, whatever it is, all of these mindset gremlins that just keep reappearing. So I wanted you to think today about, is there something in your life, in your performance, because remembering lifestyle and performance are absolutely intertwined. Is there something that you're holding back on, that you're not taking action? You know exactly what you need to do, as in you know the very next step, even if you don't know what that end state looks like or that full roadmap. But I'm sure that you know what the next step is to getting moving with it. So is there something in your life, in your performance, that you're holding yourself back on, that you're not taking action on? So today I want you to think about that, and I want you to take that first step, even if that first step is writing down the thing that you're going to do next. If that makes sense. It doesn't have to be anything huge, but something where you've taken action today. I'd absolutely love to know what it is, what you're leveling up, and what your next action is going to be. Because if we have accountability, we're much more likely to achieve that. So if you want some accountability, you want some group support as well, come into my Facebook group, Stress to Success. And you can also always feel free to DM me as well. I'd absolutely love to know what your action is, and go and take that action today. Don't wait until tomorrow, do it today.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you loved it, share it with at least 3 friends. Grab a screenshot, share, and don't forget to tag me. You can find me on all social channels at Dr. Rosie Mead. I'd love to support you further in your soulful high performance journey. Come and grab my free Success Without Stress starter kit. You can find the link in the show notes.